Okay, and your time starts now.
Hi everyone, I'm Sohani and
Kriti.
we present to you Dream. Next slide, please.
Um,
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
alright, so many, more than half the United States and even Canada has products based off toxic industrial compounds, which leads to serious health issues. But our product is based off fruits and vegetables. So you're in luck, which this will lead to a beautiful face, healthy you.
So, different problems are experienced when it comes to skincare products. Number one is use of chemicals in skincare. Number two is massive food waste. Number three is harmful ways of production. You might ask how these problems are interrelated. However, we assure you we will not leave you, lost there. So the solutions we've come up with are using completely organic compounds for the generation of our products, using sustainable ways of production, and adding an extra DIY customization option for our customers, and ensuring non-polluting packaging. Next slide, please.
What we offer is eco-friendly packaging, DIY customization, and health benefits.
So introducing you to our products. So we have our bubble cleanser, and it's basically a foam-based cleanser, which is completely paraben and sulfate-free. It's odorless. However, we have a customization option available here in which you can add the odor of your choice from the available options.
Then our next product is Face Blanket, which is a sheet compressed with fruits and vegetables. It has essential facial oils and helps your skin relax and glow.
The next product is our face moisturizer, which is actually our specialty product. It contains SPF, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, and is milk-based and gel-based. This moisturizer takes steps from your skincare routine and can be used without, those extra steps. We also have a customization option here to add glitter in the product to make it a highlighter cum moisturizer.
Our other product is a edible scrub. Our scrub is made out of castor sugar, organic jojoba oil, and natural flavors. This has a unique flavor available, such as bubblegum, iced tea, coffee, lemon, and chocolate, and cookie dough.
Next product is lip oil, which helps moisturize your lips. We have a very fun customization option here where different essential oils can be used in the product. And it has vitamin E, which has various health benefits, including prevention of heart diseases and supporting an immune system.
Then we have the blush, which is created with rose petals and grinded almonds with a hint of mint juice and honey. This will make your face look pink and healthy. We have different customization as given.
Right, our lip gloss is made up of natural beeswax. It has almond oil, a few drops of peppermint essential oil, and with our glosses, you can just gloss and go. Flavors available are cherry, chocolate, cinnamon, chocolate, strawberry.
Then we have our makeup brushes. This is a unique makeup brush since we don't use synthetic bristles or hair from animals. This will be made out of softened bamboo, which is organic, vegan, and eco-friendly.
Next, we have two very interesting products which date back to 17th century China. We have the gua sha, which basically helps, it has tons of health benefits, both these products, which includes reducing inflammation, draining lymph fluid, which is toxic, and reducing wrinkles. This has customization options like using various type of crystals, which is again eco-friendly. And we have options like clear quartz and jade for both our products. Next, we have, Kriti, next slide, please.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
So this is the goal to Kriti.
Yeah, so the goals we have achieved is no poverty, good health and well-being, decent work and economic growth, and responsible consumption. You might want to ask how we do no poverty and decent work and economic growth, which we'll explain in the next slide.
So our models, we have real people with real life and real stories helping us model. With this, we give them a chance of employment so that they can stand up on their own feet with a monthly contract with them. Next slide, please.
Our dealers. We'll be reaching out to local retailers, giving them 20% of our total profit, which will make it easier to reach the public and lowers our cost of reach for advertisement.
Our packaging, the cosmetic bottles, will be made out of recycled plastic collected by local fishermen and made reusable by a plastic recycling company. Carry bags will be made out of leftover cloth collected from local tailors, boutiques, and stitched together by a local tailor employed by us. So we are introducing a circular packaging in which offline we will be setting up vending machines in localized shops where you can get your product refilled into the same container at a lower price. Online, we will exchange the empty container against a 10% discount on the same product. So we have a small commercial ready for.
Yeah.
Big city, young girl lives in a pretty little own world. Some may call her silly, but she never lets them get to her. With a ukulele in her hand and big dreams in her pocket, she could really change the world. Yeah, she could really change the world. You could really see the hope in her eyes when she says she can, and she'll never stop believing. Oh, she'll never stop believing. And she says, don't stop, don't stop. You're just at the beginning. Don't cry, don't cry. You've got a long way to go. Don't shy away and make all of your dreams come true. Big city.
This
That
is
brings
our lean canvas.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. That was pretty awesome. I must say that you guys did go a bit overboard on the time, but let's see what the judges have to say about it before we talk about the time. Let's start with Amrit this time.
Okay, so very good presentation and great effort by you guys. Very relevant topic again, and it's been in the news as well in India market. If you've heard about your Nika, My Good Glam Group, Moms and Co, and all those Pop Exo, right? So it's really fresh and top of my mind too. A lot of companies are already in this space doing what you are planning to do here. But overall, I think very good presentation. You ended it well with that video, which is like engaging if you're like pitching to me. On the presentation aspect, I would say, I think you covered more or less most, but I think you gave a lot of time to your products, right? There were like, I think 4-5 slides just on products. In a pitch, you don't want to, like focus more time on one topic, especially the products. And you could actually, if you want to talk about it, you could do that on one slide, right? So try to, manage the real estate of the presentation deck, right? It is very important. Tell the same story in one slide that you can do in 4 or 5 slides. So that is like my immediate feedback. But I think great industry, the sector that you have chosen is amazing. And the best part I like about this is, talking about green and clean beauty. This entire sector, if I have to talk about it, is driven by transparency, inclusivity, convenience, and of course, sustainability, and most important, self-love. You got to love yourself to be using all these products, right? So these are like, things that has to be baked into your model. I personally did like a couple of things on the SDG. I will start since you presented that slide. So you spoke about 4 of them, right? No poverty, good health, well-being. I would also thinking, and maybe Iksha and Smriti can pitch in. How about gender equality, your innovation infrastructure, reducing inequality? Would this also bake in? I thought this could be part of your story as well, apart from the 4 that you have mentioned. This was based on my lean canvas input, but I think it still holds good because you're reducing inequality. You're having those models. One thing that was missing was probably I think in lean canvas you spoke about the influencers, the collaborations with them, because that is big in this beauty space, right? People are more engaged and more open with the influencers on social media than with the celebs or the actors as brand ambassadors, right? So that is one space you should probably cash on. And if yes, if you, because I don't know if I missed it in your presentation, but if you plan to do that, I would really want to know what would be your criteria, or on what basis would you want to select those influencers, right? So that is one. Other thing probably would be, I don't know if you plan to use technology, whether it's AI, ML, or I don't know if VTO, I don't know if you understand VTO is the virtual try-on. A lot of companies are using that online. So if you can use that as well, great. So that is a little of my feedback. And okay, coming to questions on the products, what would be your, like, and you're only discussing, we are not discussing beauty. I mean, we are discussing beauty, but within beauty, we are only talking about skincare, correct? Within skincare, what would be your top 2 or 3 categories that you would want to focus on?
Right, thank you so much for your question. We've actually also added a few beauty products, but again, they're very related to skincare since we're trying to make them organic and just eco-friendly. Right, for our target audience is basically adolescents going through skincare problems, or any person going through skincare problems for that matter, just because the pigment in our products is made out of natural pigment, which will be extracted from fruits and vegetables. And that will be our target, basically. Kriti, if you want to add something, please go ahead. Thank you.
Right. So basically, people going through puberty, or just teenagers in general, or even adults who are still facing problems with their skin.
Right. One more thing I would like to add here, which I missed, it was basically we added SPF in each and every product. We've made sure that they're paraben free, sulfate free, and that's just an added bonus because no harmful chemicals plus protection from the sun.
Okay, so when you talk about TMS here, right, again, your point number 3 on the canvas, which says people who support recycling products. Now, those who support recycling products might not want to be a consumer of a skincare or a beauty line, right? It could be in any other sector. So you need to little tweak it, make it more specific, right? Otherwise, like, I can support recycling products in any other sector or industry. So you need to tweak that a little. Individuals going through any skincare issues. So this was actually my question. Do you also plan to have, like, as advisors, dermatologists? And if yes, what is your plan, or how would you offer clarity to consumers if Sage is in a position to advise the right product for the consumer, right? When we talk about issues, that is something I think can be a differentiator, that how you as a company can advise, this is not the right product that you've ordered on a platform based on blah, 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 your history, whatever, personal past. And this is the right product for you. Maybe you could have some advisors, panelists, whosoever. And last for now is the unique value proposition. You have captured details, but it is too verbose. And there is a lot of repetition from your problem and solution boxes coming here again, right? So lean canvas should not have redundant information. So, and there are multiple sentences again here, right? So you need to, make it concise and remove the parts that we've already spoken in problem solution. So don't repeat that. Other than that, I think I like the DIY option that is, hitting big time. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much from me for now. I'll hand it over to Iksha, and then I'll come back.
Yeah, thank you, Amar, and team. This was a pretty engaging presentation, and obviously that video, it was very nice and beautifully presented. And I enjoyed that, the detailed product, information what you had put together, but I was also wanting to see, that food waste, how does that come into the picture? Because what you have played around is more of essential oils from the food products. And when I saw your lean canvas, and the first thing was that came to my mind was that how they are going to get this waste as a cosmetic product with the hygiene part of it, making it more antibacterial. So, and I was looking for more kind of, colors coming from the food powders. So I didn't see those kind of things in any of the product, but yes, some detailed work was there. And definitely this is something in which is required. The industry is looking for such solutions. So have you thought, have you been able to list down some of your competitors in this industry? Can you name a few?
Right. So one of the biggest competitors, especially in India, is Nykaa, since it's a makeup collective and selling multiple brands. However, an advantage we have over them is we are actually reaching out to local retailers, and since our prices are affordable, eco-friendly, we feel like we can target our local audience instead of, going globally like Nykaa, even though we, basically producing it locally. Hence, we felt like we should reach out to local retailers, and that's the advantage we have. It's not a drugstore brand because drugstores usually tend to test it on animals, and we are cruelty free, so that's the
Okay.
advantage.
So Nykaa is basically a collector, but there are other brands which are working in this area. Soultree is one, Forest Essential is other. If I name a few, Body Shop is another, So they are, I'm going to hear you out. So they are, working in this area, that how to make more clean products for the consumer. And, when you're making clean products, you are having that kind of, you're collecting the waste. There would be a segregation part of waste, then there would be the extraction part. So, the cost is there at each level. And when I see your product, if you see the similar products which are there in the market, they are selling as per, some 800 rupees or something like that. You are selling it at 75 or 100. Obviously, idea is to get it more affordable. So if that is something what you're making it this thing, but when you're using these technologies, the costs are going to be high. So I don't know how you're going to tackle the clean part without having that kind of cost component actually giving you that clean product. So that cost and clean part is not matching, because there is a cost involved when you're putting those kind of technologies, and you may not be able to deliver that at the price what you are, saying in the presentation. So you have to see the competitors in this space. How are they offering? When you're saying that price advantage would be if they're selling it at 800, you can sell that at 500. But obviously, I don't see that at 75 or 100 rupees. Second thing, yes, there are a few very good points which have come out is the DIY, the customization. And plus one idea which I liked was that having the, face of a underprivileged, that brand ambassador to this whole thing. But again, when you're talking of, normally how the cosmetic companies, they do is they fix their target consumer. So if the target consumer is your low middle class, you should have brand ambassadors from there. But again, if the class is above, then obviously you can have mix of the brand ambassadors. You will have to see, because I don't see the cost working, that matches the entire idea. So that is something what I find is here is missing. Other is, yes, the channels what you have talked of is 20% to the retailers, right? And also you talked of established makeup and skincare collectives. So how have you planned that out, the skincare collectives? Because retailers and skincare collective model is, I think, very different. So how do you propose to be in that space?
Right. Thank you so much for your questions. One more thing was basically with the food waste, we did some research on how to extract the pigment and reduce the germs. So basically, we found that boiling either peels or leftover food particles at a high rate actually drains out the pigment from the food peel. And after it's drained out into the water, we plan on mixing talc with it in order to make it pigmented and more usable on the skin, so that it actually stays on the skin and it's not liquidy. So that was our idea when it comes to that. The second part of it was the established makeup collectives. That is something we were planning to do more in the future. When starting off, we were planning on reaching out to local retailers, because it reduces our cost of outreach and advertisement. Plus, it also gets us a step closer to eradicating poverty and helping people who are more in need. So that was the idea behind that.
So even I think you may need to also narrow down your problems, because you're in all the areas. So one is you have to tackle one area first. So you're also into the recyclable plastics. You're also into the product which is more clean. You're also into employability of the section. I think the gender equality can come in over there. So you're in too many areas to tackle. So maybe one step at one time. So which can be a focus of this entire initiative. So that is just a thought of what I had in mind.
Can I say something? Right. Yeah, we will be like doing it as step by step. We won't be obviously like not going to go all together and tackle them. But right, so first we will be making our product and then asking out for like help. At first it will be, we'll try to ask them for like free. And then as we try to gain some money, we will be obviously paying them the amount we so. And then for packaging, we also have like local fishermen that will gather plastic from the sea, and we'll also ask them to refine them and to make them usable for our selling our product and for like packaging, as we said in the presentation.
Yeah, but only thing is that when you have to narrow down the approach is just to have that clear perspective on the target audience. Because you can't be targeting it to the entire gender, you are targeting it to the adolescents, you're targeting it to women, you're targeting to, so you have to narrow down that age group. So everyone wants a clean product. Everyone is looking for, and there is an open market where each and every cosmetic industry is trying for those kind of initiatives to give it more clean, to have the things more clean. So just to have a very clear target audience. That should be the first clear this thing in the pitch, that who is your target audience and how are you going to approach this?
So that's actually very true, Iksha. Target markets should never overlap each other. So if you look at your bullet 1 and 2, they could overlap. Your last bullet, which talks about any person having a skin issue, or what does it say? It says individuals going through any skincare issue. I mean, any skincare issue, people don't want to use these products. So you will have to define them. You'll have to do some research. What kind of issues can be resolved through these products that you're building, right? And give reason biologically how. And other thing is, Indian skin is very prone to pigmentation, your dark circle, marks and scars. Okay, and this is where this industry is riding on. When they're coming with their new products and innovation, they are capturing that. So a good research on the Indian skin. I know there were products earlier like Fair and Lovely, blah, blah, blah. Today's consumer is not looking at, fair complexion. What they are looking more at is a glowing skin, a protected skin, a healthy skin, right? So that again becomes your value add. Other question I wanted to ask you on the segment was, is this only focused on women or men also?
We have included, that we want to promote inclusivity, and we've seen many stereotypes when it comes to men applying makeup on their face, and that was again, presented through our advertisement. We had children, we had men, we had women, so we're definitely trying to inculcate everyone and trying to be a very inclusive brand in totality. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that needs to come out, clearly in your segment, what you're like targeting. And at high level, this is good, but I'm just sharing my own, inputs that could help you, strengthen this model. And the other thing is on your cost structure, pretty much decent enough. I like that. Only thing is probably in the fixed cost, you can add your payroll maybe for the employees or staff. And on your revenue stream, right, the refillable products, you mentioned that your refillable quantity will be, like, okay, first is free of cost, but then they'll have to eventually pay. But even for the free of cost, do you have like upper limit to the quantity, how much they can order? Or it's like anything they can order and it's, like free. So these are like fine, but this will actually help your crystallize your thinking and, come from like a 50,000 feet view to a 5,000 and then 500 and then 10 feet. So like that.
Yeah, the ideas are great, but then you have to make it more, you have to think through these, that how to refine them more.
Noted. Thank you so